Welcome back. I'm Kristen Eargle, D1 Ticker, and I'm joined by Daniel Feig, D1 Relocation's new Chief Operating Officer. Thank you for being a part of us today, Daniel.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
You were recently announced as the new COO with D1 Relocation after spending 15 years in administration in college athletics, most recently the AD at USC Upstate. What caught your eye about the organization?
Honestly, it was such a unique idea and concept. And after I read it and learned about it, I thought to myself, why didn't I think of this? And how does this not already exist in our marketplace and in our industry? And so I was really just excited to try to be involved and part of something that I think was really, really needed in our industry to help my colleagues and coaches and administrators to kind of transition from one job to another and make it easier on their families and throughout the process. So really excited. And on a personal side, honestly, I've always kind of worked for a business, never been an entrepreneur, and really kind of excited to help launch something new and really be a part of the vision of something new and trying to mold it into a really successful enterprise. So pretty excited to be here.
Exciting for you personally and professionally. Now, you have seen this firsthand as an athletic director and me actually as a coach's wife, but the shift in recent years for a lot of movement, whether you're in coaching or in an administration side. I mean, how do you see D1 relocation filling that gap in the marketplace?
I think everyone can see, and there's been a lot of articles written over the last couple of years that you're right. We've got a lot more movement in our enterprise in the last couple of years. And I think it's probably due to a whole host of factors that everyone is talking about, right? If you asked for the last couple months, they'd say conference realignment's causing this. If you asked 4 to 6 months ago, you'd say it's the NIL and all the changing legal landscape and everything else. If you asked a year ago, you might say the NCAA transformation. And so I can't really say what's causing it. Maybe obviously a combination of all those factors and many others, but there's been such change. I think that this opportunity for D1 relocation is just to fill a gap and need that's always been there, but it's been exacerbated in the last couple of years with all this change. And then it's really urgent change, right? So many times these hires are made and it's an exciting time, but it's also stressful because it's like, hey, I need you to take this new job and I need you to be here in a week or two. And so it's really can be a challenge on the new staff and the families during the process.
That is exactly right. I mean, sometimes the coaches are wearing the recruiting one day and the next day a new shirt going out to see. It's a
That's
very
right.
quick transition for sure. Do you see this trend continuing? I know there's multiple factors to this you mentioned, but do you see it tracking this way?
I wish I had a crystal ball. Unfortunately, I think probably so for the time being, right? I think we all do. And so I think that's why it's kind of the perfect time to launch this new business and to really step in and help our colleagues in a time that is really stressful on them and their families. And it's stressful on the athletic departments. They don't want to be focused on trying to transition new coaches and new administrators. They want to focus on how to be successful, how to give their student athletes a great experience, how to win some games on the field and the court. And so we're trying to take some of that load off their shoulders and make it easier for everyone.
And how do you think that administrations and things can make it easier on employees?
Well, I mean, obviously, hire us. But I think, we want to help the new employee kind of transition and get oriented to the new place. So that'd be one way. But honestly, other ideas kind of unrelated, it's just literally, simple things like helping more with short-term housing to bigger picture, as we all experience more change in our athletic departments, how do we assimilate staff into our existing department? How do we get the culture right so folks want to stay and really enjoy working with us? And so those questions are probably bigger than this interview today. But I think those are the kinds of things that I know keep athletic directors up at night. And they're really stressful right now trying to figure out how do we keep our staff in place and not have a constant revolving door in such a tumultuous time in our kind of history of collegiate athletics.
Someone watching this will probably say, wait a minute, how does D1 relocation really work? Walk me through a typical customer experience.
Well, Kristen, we do everything we can to make it as easy as possible on the employee that's transitioning. So when we get information that a new person is moving to a new athletic department, whether that's because they've signed up for our service on our website or because they're coming to work for a new athletic department that's a partner of ours, we're going to reach out to them within 2 hours of when we learn of their move, just to provide that point of contact. That point of contact is going to be one of our customer service specialists that is, they're all of which are somehow connected to collegiate athletics, whether it may be a former athletic administrator or a coach's spouse, someone that really understands the difficulty and challenge of this process. So they're going to reach out and literally start with helping the employee schedule something as simple as a couple movers to come provide quotes for the move. And then they're going to provide them with what we call a community guide, which is basically just a whole lot of great data on their new community, their new university. And that would be important things such as perhaps a real estate agent that the new university is aligned with, that's maybe a member of their booster club that they would, like the new employee to consider using upon hire, to really all of the normal things that all of us need when we move to a new community in terms of, what do the school systems look like? I have young children. That's important to me in my decision on where to live. What are the basic information? What's the water company? I have to get the water bill turned on. What's the cable company? All those kinds of questions, all that kind of information. Is there short-term housing available? What's that look like? So we provide all that data to them. And then honestly, you just kind of picture a hotel concierge service. That's what we're providing along the way. So as people have questions, we hold their hand and try to answer all of them. And so it's really from A to Z, trying to make this process as turnkey as possible.
For you professionally, you've been a part of programs like Alabama, Southern Miss, Arkansas State. You've also been an attorney. How important is it from your perspective to vet key partners for athletic staffs? And I'm starting to think about things like, some of these transitions involve families that really need to keep privacy and security a premium there.
That's right. I literally maintain a collegiate sport law practice now, and it is so important. Unfortunately, legal issues, I think, are at a higher prevalence right now than they've ever been in our enterprise. So we kind of try to keep those at the forefront of what we're doing. So it's crucial to what we do. We vet all of our vendors and partners really closely, and I think that's important to kind of who we are as a business. I've only been involved with us here for about a month or so, and what I've been so excited to see is that all the vendors that we're partnering with, so many of them have some attachment to collegiate athletics. Maybe their staff is former collegiate athletic administrators or former coaches. So they understand the unique nature of our business, what we're going through every day, how a transition can be so fast and urgent by comparison to maybe other industries. And so they really have gone out of their way to try to set up their business model in terms of our partnership in a way that really helps these kind of quick transitions and really is understanding of the uniqueness of our enterprise and how we operate.
As the CEO, I know you joined about a month ago, but what are some of those big items that are on your plate right now?
I think the biggest one there is business development, right? We're just trying to get our word out, marketing, trying to help athletic departments, coaches, staff understand what we do and how we can assist them, how we can alleviate some of the stress from their department and their daily lives. And then, honestly, vetting, like you just said, some of these possible partners to make sure that we are aligning ourselves with vendors in the marketplace that understand how to help our coaches and staff with these quick turnarounds and quick transitions to new cities and new opportunities. And then honestly, trying to get out that crystal ball and look around the corner a little bit, which is a challenge to see what's coming next. How can we anticipate the challenges in the future and make sure this business is successful and, more importantly, can serve the needs of our industry?
Where do you hope D1 Relocation grows and expands?
Well, I think first and foremost, we just want to make sure we are serving our marketplace right now. And that, everyone that works here has some attachment to collegiate athletics. And so we want to make sure we're serving our coaches and staffs, administrators the best we can. After doing that, I think certainly, we're, as a business and industry, we're trying to look ahead to see, is there other areas that we can be of service? We have helped already some transitioning administrators on campus on the academic side. That's a possible niche in the future that we got market that we can serve. But primarily for now, we're really focused on the collegiate athletic marketplace and making sure that we service the needs of our constituents to the best of our abilities.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the new role and continued success.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.